and residents in the city. They had been shutting off water for years, but nowhere on this scale.
Welcome, beloved community. We are back again with yet another installment of the People's Water Board Coalition's Water Wednesdays webcast. As always, I am here with my beloved co-host Valerie Jean.
Hi, everyone.
And we cannot forget our behind-the-scenes tech guru extraordinaire, Miss Angelica, that keeps us running consistently and smoothly, bringing content to you week after week. She is truly the mastermind. And today we have a very special guest. I don't know what to say about her. It's so much. She has such a dynamic spread of work that she's done. She's a social justice warrior. She's an anti-poverty guru. She has been a water warrior for well over a decade, and she is currently the network manager of the MiCAN, which stands for the Michigan Climate Action Network. And her name is Miss Amanda Jean Robert. And we are so glad to have you here today.
Well, thank you so much, Nicole. And I'm thrilled to be here with all of you today and talking about the Michigan Climate Summit that'll be coming up next week.
Absolutely.
Our key event of the year.
I'm so glad that you're here. We're actually all really dear friends, and I've been getting to spend a lot of time with you. We organized the Pipe Out Paddle Up event, which we talked about last Wednesday on Water Wednesday. But so I'm so glad that you're here and that we get to talk about the Climate Summit, because it really is a huge thing for people all over Michigan are going to be coming to it. Environmentalists from everywhere are going to be there. And so it's a half-hour show, and I want to jump in. So we really want people to know how they can, what to expect, what it's going to be like, and how they can register and show up. So it's really, really great to have you. Can you tell our viewers about MiCAN's 6th annual? You guys have been doing this for 6 years. It's so great, so wonderful.
Yeah.
6th annual
Wow,
2025 Climate Summit, and why everybody needs to attend. Like what it's so important this year, right? There's so many fronts for us to talk about, to organize. So tell people why they need to come.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much. So the Michigan Climate Summit, of course, is happening next week. It's coming up really fast, Tuesday, September 9th at the Lansing Center. And it's really the place where the movement for climate here in Michigan gathers together. And so it's the place to come. If you don't know your role in the climate movement, find your role. If you have a role, deepen that role. It's a place to learn, connect, and inspire one another. And so this year, our theme is climate crossroads and collective commitment. And really, we feel like that's where we're at. We need to look at all of the different solutions, different worldviews, and how we'll work together to really get this thing done.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things from Line 5 to PFAS to, I mean, just deforestation, everything that's happening, nuclear energy. There's going to be people from all of those experts from all of those different fights there. So it's so important for people who are looking for a way to plug in. This is the way to do it. If you're looking for people to gather with and organize with, this is the place to go.
Yep, it's for everybody that's concerned about the climate crisis. No matter what part of that crisis you feel like you want to work on, there's something there for you and more to learn and people to connect with all across Michigan.
Last year, everybody was talking about it the day after, like this was really something special. And, we had Jesse Deerenwater on, and he was talking about it, just what a great experience that it was and how he was able to connect with a lot of people. There's going to be like tabling and things like that for people to learn about all kinds of different organizations, right?
Yeah, that's right. So we'll have over 50 tablers in a tabling hall. We're going to have our keynote speaker this year is going to be Dr. Kyle White. So he's an environmental justice leader from the University of Michigan. If you don't know who he is, really going to talk about justice and decolonization within the climate movement. And we're going to have, like you said, panels on energy justice, including data centers. And we're going to have panels on food and forests, youth and campus issues. Of course, Line 5, trying to get that nasty pipeline out of Michigan, out of our Great Lakes. and stop that tunnel. So on that tunnel, we're going to kind of call out those false solutions, which we see that Line 5 tunnel as one of those, and lift up what we consider just community-oriented solutions.
Yeah. That sounds really, really great. Amanda, I really liked what you said, not only about new emerging activists who can learn more, but the fact that you said that if you already are involved, you can deepen your understanding and your knowledge. Because I think a lot of times as activists, we feel like, oh, well, we know everything about this issue. There's nothing else we can be taught. And there's always more we can learn. And I'm assuming this is open to the general public. You don't have to be a quote unquote activist.
Yeah, absolutely. The Climate Summit is for everyone, and it's
That's
from
right.
everyone. If it's your first time you've ever gone to something like this, all the way to you've been in this for 20 plus years. We're not there just to talk at people. We're there to learn together and have a real conversation about how we're going to do this work together. So we're going to have some really, interactive pieces like screen printing and poster making. You have some shirts or tote bags you want to liven up. We've got 3 beautiful designs that my colleague made that we're going to unveil there at the screen with the screen printing. And we've hired a real professional to help us do that throughout the day. We even got a neat little drying device. So you'll bring home freshly screen printed, dried shirts and tote bags. If you don't have anything to bring with you, we have thrifted a whole bunch of vintage t-shirts. So you can always come make one out of those. We're going to have live music. We're going to be co-creating chants or songs together that will go right into the next day. So one of our partners is leading a climate Capitol Day the very next day at the Capitol there in Lansing. So hopefully some people can stay over for the next day and bring those shirts and signs, posters, and chants along with them to the Capitol.
That sounds wonderful. So, can you tell us more about what folks can probably expect when they arrive there at the summit?
Yeah, of course. So we'll all stay together for that big keynote speaker, Dr. Kyle White. Don't want anybody to miss that. And then we'll have 3 different tracks that you can focus on. So you can move throughout them throughout the day. And they are energy justice, powering the network. And then we're really looking at land use, right? And how we do that in a way that is right for everyone. And so you can pick the track that works for you, or like I said, jump around, and there'll be different sessions that'll both be interactive and then more traditional panels. We'll have flash talks throughout the day. We really want to hear from people all across the network, so not just so-called experts in the field. And then we'll be working together in interactive sessions to really decide how we want to do this work together and how we want to show up for one another to create communities of care that can help us through the long haul.
That sounds magnificent.
It
Viewers,
sounds like a
if
great
you're
experience.
able to, please get out there to the summit in Lansing. Bring your kids. It may be the first time they've even ever been to the Capitol. And this is a worthy and educational reason to show up in Lansing. Please join us there. Come out, learn information, find out what you can find out about different environmental issues, and take it back to your neighbor.
That's right. This is all about getting in those communities and helping each other out. Bring your kids, bring your sister, bring students. It's for people of all ages. And you can, of course, find more information at myclimateaction.org/summit.
And we'll have that link down below in our description box for you
Yeah,
guys as well.
yeah, we're going to link the website and MiCAN's website, and we're also going to link how people can just go right ahead and register. It's not expensive. It's like, it's like $65 per person, and there's like $30 tickets for people who need them. You can ask for them. So that, it really is a range of ways to pay so that it doesn't break the bank, and it's super affordable to be able to do it. And this is one of the things that, because a lot of times we organize actions that are fighting against the grain, right? Really, really going hard. But this is something that your whole family can attend, they can learn, and then they can take action at the Capitol. It's one of those great summits that kind of does it all. And you're teaching people how, it's always great when we're learning chants and things like that together, so that
It is.
when we're holding space together, we're able to be in unison, right? It's
And
very
music.
important for us to be able, yeah, and music. Like that's one thing that I really miss about the Poor People's Campaign was the fact that we sang together every time we were
Yeah.
It's
together. We
universal.
made it,
Everyone can come together under music.
yeah,
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 I love that you mentioned that because, we are also going to have some musicians and experts kind of talking about the power of art and music to movements like ours and during times of inflection. And then, yeah, we're going to work on some chants together, but the really important part is that we're going to co-create them together
right.
because that's what movements really do, right? So it's all about inspiration, creativity, action focus, really learning from one another throughout the network. We want everybody to feel that they are a part of MiCAN. MiCAN is not a separate thing. We're a network. All of you make us who we are. And like I said, open to everyone. We want everybody to feel like if they leave the summit, they either found the answers they're looking for or they know where to look for those answers once they left.
That's really great. It sounds like such a high vibe event, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. And taking the time to get to spend with everyone and all of that. I know that all of my friends were talking about it when they got back from it last year. I was feeling a little jealous that I didn't go.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad we'll have you out there this year. It's going to be
absolutely. Absolutely.
always a blast. We're going to have also, leading into that next day, we'll have some sessions on advocacy and communicating climate. So if you've never lobbied and you wanted to go to the Capitol and talk to your lawmakers, come out to the summit, learn more about the issues, learn a little bit more about how to lobby, and then join us the next day at the Capitol.
Yeah, and there is a lot. There's a learning curve to lobbying, and it's so important when somebody teaches you how to do it. I know for World Water Day, we spend a lot of time, even days before, doing, these little classes. So it's a great opportunity for folks that want to be able to talk to lawmakers to be able to do it in a way
Hmm.
that actually makes a difference. That little bit of learning is so important to be able to do that. So we definitely want to tell people again what they need to do to get registered and how they can, all the things that they need to know.
Yeah, of course. So again, next Tuesday, September 9th at the Lansing Center, you can go to myclimateaction.org /summit. So miclimateaction.org /summit. And you just go there, you can get a ticket. We always have those needs-based tickets. If that's still not accessible to you, maybe shoot me a message and we'll see what we can do if we still have room on a volunteer schedule. But really, we want it to be somewhere everybody can come. Want to make sure we have a breakfast and lunch included in that price. And then, of course, there will be a small reception at the end, many chances to network throughout the day. If you go to our website, you'll find all the information you need about what organizations will be tabling with us in the tabling hall. You'll be able to find out where to park. We are validating parking, so don't worry about the cost of that either. Really
That's
want
great.
it to be accessible for everybody.
That's great.
That's
Well,
awesome.
thank you,
That is
Amanda.
awesome.
Thank you for your commitment to water and justice throughout your life. It's been wonderful getting to know you these last years and getting to work with you. And we really appreciate that commitment to protecting the planet and the people. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for
Absolutely.
being here
Absolutely.
Well, thank
and
you
being
both.
on the show with us.
Following leaders like both of you in that fight, with water. And, I might not have mentioned it, but we'll be talking about the threat data centers to have, that will threatens our water and Line 5 and many other ways that we'll be talking about access to clean, affordable water for everyone.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. And we all the details for everybody to register. Come and see me. I'm going to definitely be there. See Amanda. Yeah, we're so excited that we were able to put this show out last minute so that folks could know about it. And to all of our
Yeah.
viewers, this is really, really, it's a hard time for everybody. This is a time for us to come together and
That's
really
right.
make a difference. Yeah, try to take care of each other and try to stay afloat. Bye.
Bye.